Photo by Gregory Shamus, Getty Images. Despite the advent of the NFL owners' meetings in Phoenix, Arizona, the Detroit Lions and the rest of the league were in full draft preparation mode. Consider this, just 4 weeks from today will be the first round of the 2019 NFL Player Selection Meeting, or as we commonly refer to it, the draft. On that evening, Lions fans everywhere will finally get to see what General Manager Bob Quinn and head coach Matt Patricia have up their sleeves. The debate about who the Lions should select has raged on and will continue to ride on up to the very minute that Roger Goodell reads the name on the card the Lions submit to him that evening. Then the next debate will begin, as fans will either throw their arms up and cheer for a pick they approve of, or roll their eyes and wonder what on earth Bob Quinn is thinking. And that debate will occur because there is absolutely no right choice that will make 100% of the fans happy. Some will celebrate and others may throw leftover pizza at their television sets. But whether you like the pick or not, it will be part of the foundation that Matt Patricia has spoken about while at the owners' meetings. If you have listened to what both Quinn and Patricia have said during their interviews with the press, they have put their cards on the table. The Lions are in a building mode. Not rebuilding as in rebuilding since 1957, the majority of the free agents they signed are still quite young with a lot of football left in them. These are considered some of those foundation pieces. Some of the players that will be returning from last season will be considered foundation pieces. So it goes without saying that whoever they draft, not just in the first round but all selections overall, will also be part of that foundation. Which means that maybe when they announce the name of the quarterback the Lions will select in the draft, perhaps he will be a key member of the future. The problem is this: don't expect to hear that quarterback's name called in the first round. Next, the Lions will draft a quarterback. Page 2. Photo by Leon Halep, Getty Images. Detroit Lions fans are understandably impatient with this franchise. Not many of them that celebrated that last championship in 1957 are still with us. And I don't blame them, because it's been a long and brutal journey. Yet despite that impatience, after all this time of being lost and clueless and quite frankly the national punchline to more jokes than we can count, don't we want a team that is built right? Don't we want a team that is all about winning? I hear friends whine about this team not being exciting or not getting any national love. Well, guess what? That's what happens when you're inept for 60 years. But the path to championships isn't paved by flashy moves. It's paved with a solidly structured roster and good coaching. The Lions had one of the flashiest players in NFL history, Barry Sanders, but never won a championship because of the cast they surrounded him with. They could never find an upper-tier quarterback to make the offense unstoppable, and the defense always folded in the end. Want your voice heard? Join the Sideline Report team. Write for us. Like any die-hard Lions fan that was able to witness Barry at work, I cherish those memories of his superhuman performances, but I also feel like Barry, the fans and myself were cheated because this franchise could not get the pieces around him right. So when I hear Matt Patricia talking about how important laying the foundation of the roster is, because that's not only about building a winner but also building a window of opportunity to become real contenders over a period of time and not just a 1 year, hope we catch lightning in a bottle juggernaut that can't sustain that level of play. I completely agree with that philosophy. Now admittedly the next part is the problem all of his successors have had difficulty with, actually making it come true. So as we approach the draft, we will once again get to see what Patricia and Bob Quinn can accomplish. Last year they hauled in one of the most productive draft classes in the league. Another class that is similarly productive should very much put them in the playoff hunt. But no one should expect that class to be headed by a quarterback in the first round. Next, the Lions will draft a quarterback. Page 3. Photo by Leon Halep, Getty Images. Another observation we should take out of what Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia have had to say at the owners' meetings is that Matthew Stafford really is their quarterback of choice. Some fans believe that Stafford is only around because of Martha Firestone Ford and her daughters, the Fordettes, who own the team. While it wouldn't be out of the question to say they would like to keep the most talented quarterback in franchise history, even if he isn't the winningest, that wouldn't cause Matt Patricia to gush over Stafford like he did when asked about his signal caller. If you watch any of Patricia's recent comments at the owners' meetings regarding his belittled quarterback, he lights up. Plain and simple, he marvels at what he believes he has in Stafford. If we're honest about his career, he has done some amazing things that go far beyond all of his accomplishments as the youngest quarterback in NFL history to reach so many passing milestones. For instance, he is one of the game's preeminent come-from-behind quarterbacks. He has engineered 25 fourth-quarter rallies, which has been surpassed by only 13 other passers in NFL history. 100 years of football, and only a Baker dozen have done it more times. Oh yeah, and he's not done yet. So unlike many that just dismiss him as not being able to perform in the heat of the playoffs, he has the ability. Whether we want to say he hasn't gotten the job done or just point out that he hasn't played on any great teams to take full advantage of his talents are both debatable points. What isn't debatable is that Patricia believes his quarterback can and will win in the playoffs. So with that in mind, it seems very unlikely those Lions fans who wanted that first-round splash quarterback selection will get their wish. Bob Quinn basically admitted that they will select a quarterback, but we shouldn't expect to hear his name called until somewhere in the 4th round or later. Depending on how the draft falls, it could be Tyree Jackson or Easton Stick or Trace McSorley, to name some possibilities, but we shouldn't expect it to be Kyler Murray or Dwayne Haskins. Next, Detroit Lions, complete 7-round 2019 NFL mock draft 4.0. Quinn and Patricia are tied to each other in success or failure, and it seems like they will meet their destiny, whether it be championships or the same old Lions, on the right arm of Matthew Stafford. And to be honest, if Patricia can deliver on the championships he envisions, then all the hype and hoopla about splash quarterback picks won't mean a thing.